Welcome to the Alpha Mirror Podcast, the show where we strip away the ego, face the truth, and build the strongest version of you. Hosted by Jason Connor, combat veteran, NLP master practitioner, seven-figure business owner, and best-selling author of Parenting Your Inner Child. Welcome to the show.
And welcome back to another episode of the Alpha Mirror. I am your guide, Jason Connor. If it's not your first time to the show, you may think something looks different, and we're going to talk about that before we get into my special guest that I have today. The beard is gone, and the reason I want to mention this is because I was really fucking pissed about this. What happened was, I've had a beard for 20 years, and I had it for a number of reasons. One, it's kind of what guys do. Me personally, I think facial hair looks good on me. Two, maybe part of an image that I was trying to uphold, but now that it's gone, I found something much deeper. I went to get my beard styled, and I wanted to take a little gray out, and let's just say there was a mishap, and I had to shave the whole thing off. When I came home and looked at myself in the mirror, I looked in the mirror no less than 100 times. I kid you not. No less than 100 times. And during those times, the alpha mirror and everything I'm trying to do really hit home. Because for the first time in 20 years, I really saw myself without the beard, without the shield, you might say, without the mask, you might say. And I was very self-conscious about it because as you can see, I have multiple chins. I've always been self-conscious about my weight because in 7th grade, I was bullied and picked on, and my lunch money was taken by Shelby Knox. I always mention your name because if you're watching this, I don't hold any grudges against you, but I'll never forget you. But you took my money, so I wouldn't eat. So I was always fat, before military and then post-military. So having this exposed was not ideal. I actually came home and cried to my wife, and I was really, really angry, not only with the stylist, but with myself as well for trying to do something that I shouldn't have done. But I bring this up to say this. In that grief, if you will, I noticed that everything happens for a reason. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. This beard was meant to come off. And when I started asking myself, well, why is it meant to come off? It's like, well, look, everything you've been through. You have literally offloaded all of the trauma, the pain, all those reasons you think you have to keep a certain image. But the fact of the matter is, I don't give a fuck what I look like. I don't care what people think about me, and neither should you. So welcome to the Alpha Mirror. I have a very special guest with me today. I'm going to leave the introductions for him, but let's just say I am super proud to have Corey Brown. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
I'm trying to be like you.
Bro, I'm trying to grow and be like you.
I'm trying to get my beard back.
Maybe I take mine off.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know. My kids may punch me in the throat, but
I think you should. All right. Why don't we swing by Walgreens after here?
Yeah.
So Corey and I met over Facebook, I don't know, probably press than a year now, maybe a little bit less. But I had posted something throughout my journey in reference to what we're talking about here. And Corey had commented something about like, I feel this or this hits home or something. Reached out to him, set up a coffee, and here we are. Corey, we have a ton of listeners listening from all over. Tell us who you are first and why you're here on the Alpha Mirror.
Got you. I want to do that. However, before that, I want to say thank you. Because of that post, it has led to a relationship that's led to another relationship that's led to life-changing events. The courage that it took you to put out that post, and for some reason it came across my feed, and then you responded to me going, man, I really felt that we as men need more of this. And then you're like, let's grab coffee. And we grabbed coffee, and fast forward almost a year. And here we are. It's like,
and there's a lot that's happened in the year.
Man. So it's damn near completely.
So tell us a little about who you are, your background, and then let's go on that journey.
Who I am. Number one, first and foremost, a Christ follower.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a brother, and I'm an uncle. all those positions hold different roles and different expectations on my life, and it's trying to find the commonality between all of those that keeps me sane, where I can flow in and out of all of those. And the transition, the growth that I've gone on since meeting you, I mean, it's made those roles so much simpler because all I have to do is be me.
Something when I had put out that post, something has happened in your life, or multiple things happened in your life where it hit. Can you take us there?
Yes.
As much or as little as you want to share.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying is, like, what was it going on in your life or happened in your life to where, like, wow, I feel what this guy's saying and there's more to it.
Mm-hmm. Leaving the military was probably, up until the death of my son, the hardest thing I've ever done, because I lost a family. I lost a brotherhood. I lost a support group, and we all went different ways, and we would try to get together on significant days, get together twice a year somewhere in the U.S. and hang out for a few days. And since moving to Tennessee, I had lost that. And I had lost just the community of men that I have always been accustomed to. There's something that you get with a group of men that you can't get somewhere else. Mm. There is a calling to the table, holding you accountable. Only in those loving relationships, though. It's just got to be your group, your tribe. You get this. I'm going to call you out on your shit, bro. You said this and this last week, and you ain't done none of that. No, so why are we talking about it again? Either do it or don't. And when you posted that post, or when you put up that post, I was in that state where I'm going, man, I really need to find my people. Mm-hmm. It doesn't help that I'm a girl dad, and we got a girl cat. We got a bunch of girl chickens.
Need some testosterone.
So it was like there was no testosterone anywhere.
Yeah.
Then luckily we have a grandson now, so they got a little more testosterone. Yeah. And then my daughter wanted this dog, and we got this dog. It got some more testosterone in the house.
There you go.
So now it seems like after having this encounter with you, there's been an influx of testosterone coming out.
I mean, everything happens for a reason,
you know?
So you consider yourself an alpha before we met?
No.
Well, okay.
Yes and no. An alpha as far as my job and what I needed to make happen, absolutely. It was, I could flip a switch and get into that role. When it came to understanding my emotions, why I was feeling a certain way, I would just take that shit and push it down in a duffel bag and throw it in the back of the warehouse.
Okay, great. Why?
Uncomfortability on dealing with it, not knowing how to deal with it, not wanting to feel vulnerable in those moments.
Because being vulnerable gets you...
It makes me weak.
You think it makes you weak.
Yes, at the time.
Your friends tell you it makes you weak. Mm-hmm. Your coworkers tell you it makes you weak. I didn't say it made you weak. I think it made you strong. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. But vulnerable, weak, scared, maybe what other people will think about it.
It's like, I grew up country, dude.
Yeah.
And
country.
You don't cry.
Right.
Man don't cry. You better rub some dirt in it.
Right.
Go over there and fix a fence, or we had tobacco, so whatever, all the things that needed to go on out in the country. So it's be a man, suck it up.
Right. It just wasn't part of your upbringing on how to deal with those emotions.
And not even just deal with them, to talk,
to talk about them.
Yeah.
To admit them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To bring them to your conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We struggle so much with that, man. And it really, one thing on my podcast is that I love to cuss.
No, great.
I wouldn't say I love to cuss, but
they're sentence enhancers.
Thank you. It really pisses me off that we've come to a point to where, like, of course, our parents weren't monsters. That we know. Our parents were just simply doing the best they can with what they had at that time that was provided to them. Because I'll be honest, I don't know anything about my parents' upbringing. That's one thing that's haunted me for a long time. Like, I don't know anything. You know, my dad's side, I know my grandpa was real tough, but that's it. But then at some point we have to stop that, you know, and stop passing down that generational trauma. And that's what I think everybody that's our age is up against. Mm-hmm. Do we pass it down or do we find out a different way? But we don't know a different way until we get around our people. Mm-hmm. So that was a big component for you that I picked up, that you had your guys, it kind of dissipated, go on with life. Maybe you still talk to them every now and then, but you really need, especially physical location, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
To find your people. So we met, I, you know, talked with you, heard a little bit about your story, but immediately knew who you needed to talk to, which of course was Greg. Mm-hmm. Tell everybody like through that, like you met with Greg, you went to a step in your power, like tell us about that whole evolution and not compare yourself, but tell us like before then and now, just, you know, you still seem so much lighter. You're smiling from when I first met you. Like there's so much excitement going on. You have achieved so much that you didn't even think was possible. Tell us about that.
Since meeting you and you're like, hey, there's this guy I want you to meet. His name's Greg. I was like, great, let's meet him. We sit down and have a conversation. And the first thing that I noticed with having a conversation with this dude was it was so fucking easy talking to this guy. And he got me talking about some stuff that I normally don't. We don't talk about on the first date.
Yeah.
You know, we won't talk about those. We got to wait. You got to get down the road a little bit to talk about those
feed
things.
Me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's got me going in this. I'm like, huh. And then he calls me up to say, hey, Jason sponsored you to go into step into your power, which what Jason doesn't realize is had I wanted to go to that and known about that, I did not have the funds in which to go. Right. And then I didn't even know what to go with it. You tell me a little bit, and then Greg tells me a little bit. And I'm like, okay, cool. Breaking the board. Psh, yeah, got it.
You smashed that thing.
There was a lot of pent-up emotions. That came out
I could tell.
Man.
I think you came out of your shoes, but go ahead.
Dude.
Yeah.
Breaking the board, I wasn't worried about. The fire walking, I had never walked on fire, but I've seen it on YouTube, so I knew it was possible.
Yeah.
But the thing that gave me the most heartburn was the arrow break on your trachea. I have a medical background. I know what it takes to get through there. I know how sensitive that area is. You're telling me. And then I wanted to get there and I wanted to see these fucking arrows. It's like, what are these arrows? What are they like?
They might be fake or something.
Yeah, I was like, there's got to be something. So he's like, yeah, here they are. Check them out. You know, in his Gregese, because he's like, yeah, man, just easy flowing, right? I'm like, all right, yeah. So I'm rolling it around, I'm flexing it and stuff. Yeah. I'm touching the tip. I mean, it's a field tip. I mean, but it's not dull.
It's not dull.
And I'm sitting here, dude, all the way up into that moment. I'm going.
I learned that. I was there taking video.
He goes, and this was the craziest part. I line up, I get everything on. I got my glasses on for, eye safety. And I put it there on the mark. I put the other end on the wall and I start to lean in on it. He goes, stop. I want you to push in hard enough where it's difficult for you to breathe. And I want you to sit there for a minute. And then I want you to think about that thing that you want to release. And I want you to walk through. And I was like, come on, bro. I'm already about to shit my pants about having to do this. And you want me to choke myself. Yeah. This is a Full Metal Jacket scene.
Yeah, good.
So he's like, okay, all right. So I get up there and I lean into it and it gets to the point where it's difficult for me to inhale. And I sit in that moment for a second and I just think about that thought and walk through this thing and it snaps. Just like that. And the weight that came off of me.
Instant.
It's like all of that stuff I had been holding.
Which was what?
It was trauma with my dad.
Okay.
Which would take the next steps to fully understand.
Anger?
Growing up, yes.
Hurt?
Yeah, anger is mostly hurt.
Yeah.
I don't...
And you put it all into that, into the break.
Yes. And so I just wanted to be free of that because that was coming out in the way that I was parenting. That hurt and that anger.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The hurt of keeping your word is very important, male or female. But I'm going to give it a multiplier coming from a male. Keeping your word is highly important as a man, especially when you're raising or trying to encourage little children, future men. And from an early age, I realized that I could not trust him. I couldn't rely on the words that he told me. And for me, words are huge. Like, I think so much about the words that I use with people, drives my wife insane. Because she'll say, what's going on? I was like, hold on, I just need a minute. Like, we have a thing now where I go, okay, I need to think about this for just a second. Because I want the words to come out right. I want to say it the wrong way because you can't take those back. Right? I remember times of my dad saying, hey, I'm going to come pick you up for the weekend. I pack all my stuff. And I take it out to the front porch. And I sit on the front porch. It's like 9 a.m. I come in and out throughout the day, still waiting on this damn porch. And now the sun's going down, and my mom's there to pick up the pieces and bring me back in and take care of me and to love me and to build me back up again. And this woman did this. I mean, she still does this. She's an amazing woman. Yeah. So keeping your word, I learned that I couldn't trust him. And I don't know where I was going with that word, keeping your word, the importance of that.
Because, like what was hurting you, you were leaning into that, and you had stopped and felt the pressure, and it all reverted back to your dad. Mm-hmm. And you were just describing what it was, that feeling you had when you pushed through it.
Yeah. Oh, and I have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
not passing it down to them.
Yeah. Because I don't want to, I found myself falling into that pattern where I'd say I'd do something and not follow through with it.
Yeah. I think, we're all guilty about that, right? Our priorities and just what we want to accomplish. But, keeping your word is everything. And I think that's one of the biggest things, just about the alpha is you keep the word, very honest, very forthcoming, but we just wanted to deliver it from a place of, I don't know if softness is the right word. I mean, now that both of us, we're both NLP master practitioners, we haven't got to that yet. Sorry, folks, but super congratulations. We're very concise with our words. We really think about our words and the impact that they have, right? But going back, so you pressed through on the arrow and it broke. And it released all those feelings. You got much lighter, right? You did the fire walk, but then you took it a step further.
Okay, let's before we get to that step, there's another important step in there.
Hit it.
I was doing some volunteer work at Feed America First here in Murfreesboro. Okay. Love these dudes. Okay. And there was a morning, I was there. They have this big event, bring in your family. So I've got my wife, my 2 girls there, and we're just packing food in people's cars, trailers, whatever they're coming up there in. I mean, my youngest is 4, and she's out there. She's carrying stuff. It's awesome. At the end of the day, this dude that I met 2 days ago, I don't know what it was about him, but we just talked throughout the day. And he's like, hey, you going to be here tomorrow? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Oh, why won't you be here tomorrow, man? Well, that's a tough day for me, and I don't ever know how it's going to go, so I just let it be. I just figure it out as I go. He's like, what do you mean, tough day? And I was like, well, it's my son's birthday tomorrow, and he died 9 years ago, and it's tough. He goes, I understand that. And he goes to tell me that he just lost his son to suicide like a month or 2 prior to. And then he's telling me the whole story of how, it was God that kept them from walking down this trail to see him. And then had them go left. And then they flew a drone down that trail and found. I was like, that was a God moment. You didn't need to see that. And we get to talking and talking and talking. And I hug him. We cry together. We pray together. And we're out. I get home that night. Tell my wife about it. Go on. Even before I wake up, that night I'm laying in bed going, I'm going in the morning. If this dude can get up every day and go do this, and he just lost his kid 2 months ago, a month ago, then I can go there to support him and be there for him. So I wake up the next morning, and I get over there, and he's like, whoa, you're here. And I was like, yeah, man. He goes, what made you change your mind? I said, you did. You're the strongest dude I know right now.
Wow.
So I had that moment, and then I finish up the fire walk. I get home, and I get a phone call from my mother-in-law. It's past 10 p.m. I don't know if I mentioned, we country. You don't call nobody past 9 o'clock unless it's an emergency. So I was like, oh, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? And she goes, hey, I know what day it is. And I know the thing that you just did with the fire walk. And that day. It was a Thursday. And I've been meaning to call you all day. But I didn't feel like I could call you because I don't exactly know what you're feeling or what you need. Because by the grace of God, I have not buried a child.
Yeah. And
I said, you can call me anytime you want, say anything that you want. I love you and thank you. And she asked me about my day and what I've done that day, and I told her. I had a neighbor after that conversation. We're on the phone for an hour and 45 minutes. I ain't never spoke to this woman an hour and 45 minutes on the phone. Our phone calls are short.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be on the phone.
Our phone calls are short to the point. And so I get off the phone with that, and I had a neighbor come across the street, and he had been dealing with a separation that was gutting him, and we'd been talking through it, and he starts saying some things, and I felt this crack. Like, it was like this glass facade shell that I had around me is like someone took just a punch and was like, and it's all around it. And I felt myself being able to take a deeper breath at that moment. And and he's like, man, I really appreciate you. The things that you're telling me, the things that you're helping me go through, it's like, there's no judgment from you. You just ask me questions. Right? I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm just trying to be here for you, man. If you're wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, but I'm going to do it gently. And so that led to some more realizations about me transitioning. My transformation had begun. We fast forward to more meetings with Greg and him going, oh, you did this thing at Step Into the Power event that still has my mind blown. And I'm like, what could I have done? There was this lady there, and she'd been to a couple of them, and she was telling her story, and I asked her a question. She broke, was crying, and I was like, shit. I should have kept my mouth shut. I shouldn't ask any questions. And then afterwards, she came up and was saying, thank you. That gave me what I needed to get past this. And he's telling me about this, and I'm like, oh. He goes, you really need to look into NLP because you're doing this and you don't even know. I was like, well, I'm just trying to be there for people the way that I want people to be there for me. He goes, that's wonderful. That's why you need to look into it. You, Greg, you talked about generational change. You guys have created generational change. I can't speak specifically for anyone else. I can speak for me. You guys, meeting you guys, having you guys come into my life has changed everything. For me, for my family. The way that I talk to my kids, the way that I parent, the way that I lead is completely different now.
I love it.
So he takes me under his wing, and we're meeting, having conversations, and he's so easy to talk to.
Yeah. He's just one of the guys.
Yeah. And then all of us having similar black backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's really easy.
Yeah.
This was an argument with my wife one night. She was like, I want you to get in the men's group at church, and then maybe you can work out your stuff there. And I was like, who are these people? No. Half of the stuff they say ain't even real. I got my group of guys. We meet once a month.
Yeah. And
we call each other on the carpet, and we hold each other accountable. I don't want to do that. So we had to talk about it, and we worked through it. And I used my linguistics, and we worked through it. And I was like, I've got my tribe. These are my dudes, and I don't need to interview for other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because the biggest thing was for me is anybody can tell you book answers. I want somebody that's been through or it's close to what I've been through. And for me, much like you, that was Greg, of course. So we just naturally align, and it's easy. Like we understand each other subconsciously, unconsciously. We understand each other.
There's a different level. We vibrate at a different frequency.
100%.
Those that have volunteered to go and support, defend this nation at the possibility of loss of life for a group of people that you've never met. Yeah. That we vibrate differently. Yeah. And you can feel that when you're around them. And it's like, I can go to any room and be like, there's one of us here.
Oh, yeah.
There's one of us here. I just have to find them. And
always.
You can find them.
Yeah.
We all look different. We carry ourselves different.
Yeah.
So as I'm talking to Greg, he's like, you should do this. And the blessings that have come out of me being able to go to practitioner and then to go to master prac. Number one, bro, I thought I didn't know if I passed that test. Dude, that's the hardest fucking test I think I've ever taken in my life. In my life.
It was harder than a state exam for insurance, hands down.
It's harder than graduate level entrance exams that whoa.
You want a test difficult, have Greg Peace write it. Hands down. But you're right.
He goes on and he's like, we've got 90 minutes.
Yeah. He's always
to take this test.
We got 90 minutes.
I got to channel my Greg.
Yeah.
We got 90 minutes and we're going to get through this and I'll come in and give you updates. And if you need anything, ask questions, we get started. Yeah. He goes out of the room for a bit. He comes back and he goes, well, I see that no one's done. No one's finished with the test, and we're at 90 minutes. And all of us look at one another like, what? It's been an hour and a half? Bro, I was on question 9. There was at least 28. There was pages. I was...
Yeah, there's not multiple choice.
No, and it's handwritten. Yeah. When's the last time you've written anything out in long form? Like... Just sit down and write a paragraph and let me know how your hand feels. We all type everything now. And now I'm sitting here writing all this stuff out, and you can see the de-evolution of my handwriting as we go
worse
through.
And worse.
Yes. Yeah. So we get through it, and it was 3.5 hours, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
I was the last one to finish.
I remember.
And I'm sitting there going, my family's there for the graduation. I'm like, oh, I got this. And then I'm sitting out there and I go to my wife. I was like, I'm sorry I brought you guys here. I don't know if I don't even know. I don't even want you to go in there. So we go back in. He calls us back in and he starts the spiel and he tells it. And he goes, something along the lines of, I wish I had it recorded because it's exactly how it was. He goes, what these people have been through is the equivalent of being taught learning calculus, graduate level calculus, but it's taught in Spanish.
Yeah.
And they're using Arabic numbers.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, yes, that is a great way to explain that. Yeah. And he says, we started with 5 people, and I'm happy to announce we're going to be graduating 4. And I was like, it's like someone hit the... It's like, I didn't pass. I did not pass.
What was gone? There was only 2 in my class.
Yeah, because there was one she didn't finish the last couple of days. And I sat there and I thought about her. I was like,
you're like, that's me.
I passed.
12 hours a day for like 3 weeks straight.
Bro, I thought that I had been tired before.
Yeah.
This was a whole different tired. This was all mental.
So you got your NLP practitioner. You got your master practitioner.
1 month later.
Which in the NLP world, which most of you listeners are probably not familiar with, that is fast. That is really, really effective because one, you just went through NLP, which is like drinking from a fire hose in itself. Be able to process all that information, and then you're like, "There's more," and then there's more on a whole another level more. But what do you feel like now? I mean, yourself, you say you were packing it, throwing it in the back. Now you have the understanding of it. You have the grace and language to talk about it. You know that nothing happened in your past was your fault, but it's now your responsibility. We understand that. Where do you think you can help other males, other listeners, or people here in the community? I know you started working with, Clint, but anybody, how's this going to help you not only from how you were to what you learned and how you apply it now? Because there's other people out there that are like, I'm just throwing in the back, and let's say you want to share with them. What's your advice for them?
It's got to be unpacked. It's got to be. There has to be an accounting. When do you want that accounting? For me, I want the accounting sooner rather than later. I didn't want to go to my grave laying in my deathbed wishing that I had parented or been a different type of husband, been a different type of role model to other men, knowing that I had fallen short. What I have learned by unpacking, by letting the tears fall, it's so freeing. By unpacking and understanding that those things that I have been carrying with me for so long have served a purpose in protecting me and keeping me safe up until this point. And now I understand that purpose. Now I can put that to a different use. Now I can walk other people through being able to not only unpack all that stuff, but understand that no matter how bad that was, it served you in a way that kept you safe. And you're safe right now.
Yeah.
I want more people to be able to, in those difficult moments with their children, you come home, they haven't done this, the homework is still, the bedroom is blah, the bathroom is trash, and everything you say is yeah, but, or just flat out no. To be able to pause in that moment and seek out what is this mirror, because our children are a mirror of all the negative things that we see in ourselves. Okay, so we're able to see those quickly. What is this mirror trying to show me? And how can I communicate with them in a way that lets them feel heard, safe, understood, and gets us to the next point?
That is so important, man. It's that emotional safety that child needs to feel that they've been heard, that they're loved, that they're safe, that they're protected. 1,000%. Man, you said so many great things. Last question I want to ask you is, and then anything you'd like to share to the listeners, anything at all. So what's next?
What's next?
What's next?
All right. So
I know you're not stopping now.
No. We're going to build a retreat facility. My goal is to break ground on that beginning of 27. I want it completed by 29. I want to be able to bring in men. I want to bring in families where we can start having conversations, and I can start giving you the tools that you can take home to start leading your family.
The conversations. We can start having those conversations. It's damn time. It's time we have those conversations. Nothing's off the table, especially not in here. Man, a retreat, breaking ground in 27, finish when it's 29, to serve everybody and anybody that wants to come through, have those conversations, and find their path.
Yes.
What's it called?
Bridging the break.
Bridging
the break.
The break.
Yeah, came to me in a dream. Woke up with the whole image of the logo. I just got to find somebody to put it together now.
Bridging the break. That is powerful. Final words for the crew?
Man. Wait a minute. You said crew?
Crew.
Your crew.
The crew.
Not that crew.
Our crew.
Ah, got it.
The crew.
Final
the listeners.
Final words. It's going to suck, but it's going to be rewarding. It's not going to be easy, but once you're on the other side, you're going to realize it's a whole lot easier than what you thought it was going to be. And once you're on the other side, you're going to realize that there's nothing, no situation that you can't look at and navigate a way through from a loving and compassionate standpoint. It's already in you. We just got to figure out how to bring it back out. And you can.
I love you, brother.
Love you, man.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Alpha Mirror Podcast. Remember, the mirror never lies. It reflects the man you choose to become. So this week, ask yourself, what will my reflection say about me? Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. Join me on this journey to redefine what it means to be an alpha. Until next time, keep facing the mirror because that's where the alpha is born.